You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Before we get on with the show, can I just say something about our opener? We've been using that opener for 14, almost 15 years now. It was done by a couple that we met in Lexington, Kentucky. And the problem with it is now it's so old, and it shouldn't matter anymore. It's not a record, right? It's not a cassette tape. But it's like it has a ghost, and it speeds up and slows down at its own random times when I play the opener.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. It's haunted. We need a new opener. Good morning. I am Glenn the Geek from Ocala, Florida.
Chad, but that's Chad's voice after it. And
yes.
That's only been about 5 years.
Yeah.
So we're due for an update, seriously.
If anybody wants to sing us a new opener, please send it in.
You'll be a star. I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network from Monday, November 11th, episode 3559, brought to you today by WERM Flooring. Good morning, Horse World, and happy Veterans Day. We salute you.
United States Coast Guard. United States Air Force. United States Navy. United States Marines. United States Army.
Well, coming up on today's show, we have Auditor Claire, who's going to join us with our holiday recipe of the week. We do that this time of year, and it's an easy one. It won't take you long to do this one. Jamie's new trainees have some really big ears. really big ears. And we're going to do a study show, and we have some equestrian first world problems for you, and who knows what we'll get into in the post show. But before we get on with Daily Winnies, I wanted to mention that we lost a legend in the quarter horse world. Quarter horse Hall of Famer Bob Avila passed away on November 9th at the age of 72. Now, he appeared in Yellowstone. He had 37 world championship titles. Wow. He was the first to be awarded with the AQHA Professional Horseman title. Our thoughts are with his family and friends. His accolades go on and on and on. I read an article about him this morning that was about 12 pages long. So we just wanted to acknowledge him because he was really, really, really big horseman, and I know a lot of you have heard of him. I checked. We interviewed him in 2011 on the Stable Scoop Show.
Wow. It's amazing.
So a long time ago. Why did I remember that? And I don't remember what I had for breakfast. I don't know. But our thoughts are with his family and friends at this time. Time to do some Daily Winnies. We have two auditors with birthdays today, Rachel Zent and Gwen Roberts. Happy birthday to both of you. We also have a brand new auditor named Susie Rhine. So welcome, Susie. We're so glad you're part of the crew. And also on our Facebook page, our private messages, we got a message from a listener by the name of Charity who has been listening to us for a very long time. I don't think you've seen this yet, but she sent us a video of her 5-year-old daughter riding at the Gypsy Vanner Nationals in Belton, Texas, freestyle. It was the cutest thing you've ever seen. It was so
I can't wait to see it.
It was so cute. So Charity, she said she's a big-time listener, been listening for a lot of years. So thank you for sending that. That was adorable.
I had the best kind of weekend. And what kind of weekend is that? It's a weekend filled with horses. Perfect weather.
Do you ever have any other kind of weekend?
You know what? Whatever. Shush. So, yes, when I have to do stuff for family or whatever, but whatever, I ignored all of that this weekend. And I got some animals in training, which we'll talk about. But also, I wanted to give my Daily Winnie to Bob White Bobby. That's right. Bob White Bobby, owned by Family Stone Racing. Matt, and Alicia, his wife, who are partners in Family Stone Racing. Matt's the one that came for the clinic, and he owns a bunch of racehorses. And so he invited Anna and I to come to their suite on Saturday night to watch Bob White Bobby to go in the 9th race or something. And Farm Boy showed up with his girlfriend. It was the whole place was packed. And so we go down to the track to watch Bob White Bobby take it on the race. And it was unbelievable. One of those races where he just fought to the very end, and Bob White Bobby won the race. Congratulations. It was so exciting. We got to be in the winner's circle photo. It was so cool. So I posted all that on my Facebook page. So if you want to see that, it was so fun. And you can see the race, I believe, on Family Stones Racing's Facebook page. It was so exciting. And I was screaming so loud. I don't know why. It's not like he can hear me, but I don't know. Maybe they can. I was cheering him on. It was awesome. It was so exciting. So yay, Bob White.
Well, you sent me a message that made no sense. Were you drinking at all on Saturday when you were at the races?
No, I was a driver.
Okay, because you hit the exact with MMM baby, and that was it. And I had no reference to
I sent a picture.
I didn't get the picture till the next day.
Oh, okay.
So I had no idea what you were talking about.
It corrected. So I hit an exacta with a Mucho Macho Man baby.
Oh.
Yeah. So I actually, y'all, this is unbelievable. I hit 3 exactas and I won the Win Play Show bet on Bob White Bobby. Now, I don't bet much, so I didn't win tons. I'm not rich, but I started with 20 and I left with 120, which, come on, that never happens.
No.
So, and do you want to know how I won?
No.
Okay. Yes, you do.
I do want to know how you won. I don't know. Yes.
So I give Anna a program. And she sits down and I say, okay, tell me. And she'll tell me the top 3 because she's a math nerd. Like she loves doing math. And so she sits down. She's like, I noticed this horse hasn't raced since October 12th, but it only had these types of fractions. And it's like she has studied and learned how to read a racing form.
Well, she's well ahead of us then.
I mean, Glenn, I've created a monster. Like we're in the suite and everybody's hanging out and talking. And where's Anna? She's got a pen and she's sitting down studying the program. And I would just be like, who do you like? And she would tell me 3 horses and I would bet them in an exacta, but like with all 3. So you can do an exacta bet, but bet 3 to come in. And every time it would win. It was unbelievable. It was awesome. So yeah, I haven't given her any money yet, but I definitely feel like I owe her.
Yeah. I wouldn't report that. I wouldn't send that in on her report for foreign exchange students.
Be like, what did your child learn this year? Well, I taught her how to gamble.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that on the report. You'll never get another one. So you posted a picture that was hilarious. I'll put it in the show notes about some horses you got in. Well, some 4-legged critters you got in for training.
Well, I got some animal, one in for training, but I got this mule in for training and her name is Fancy and she's a little pinto splash mule. She's fairly feral. She's going to be a big challenge, but it'll be fun. Like Farm Boy and I had a great time with her yesterday because it's like training a wild mule. It's crazy. And it's so interesting to see the kind of different behaviors that mule have, which is like horses have fight or flight, but mules have and donkeys have a special third option, which is freeze. And you could totally see it at certain times where she would just freeze. And that's the time where most people get frustrated. That's the time you need to be patient because they're thinking. It just takes them a little extra minute when they get into that freeze mode. So she is here but she came, it was a long drive, I guess, like 2.5, 3 hours for them to get her to me. And so they didn't want her to travel alone. So they brought her emotional support donkey.
Who doesn't need an emotional support donkey? We all need one of those.
I need this emotional support donkey. I mean, this was the neatest donkey ever. Just the gentlest, quietest thing. And what's funny is somehow during the trip, Fancy's the mule, had taken off her halter. And the donkey was standing blocking the door. And these people opened the door and Fancy kept trying to jump out and run into the donkey. And she just stood. She was like, no, you're not getting by me. You're not moving. It was awesome. And then they bring her out. Her ears were longer than her face.
They're enormous. That's the picture I'm going to post.
Do you know what they do with Bug, the donkey? She cuts cows. They cut cattle on this donkey. And they were like, she can't run one down, but she sure as hell keep them on one side of the field.
Oh, my God.
It was
Just
awesome.
Her ears would keep them on one side of the field. They could act like a fence. Just put them out sideways and you have a fence.
Well, they told me a couple of things that were interesting about donkeys and mules, and I want to get anybody listening who knows a lot about donkeys or mules, I want to get their opinion. So this mule, when we unloaded her, they go, she's going to walk the fence. Like, she just walks the fence. All mules do it. And I was like, that's crazy. All mules walk the fence like I've had to keep her in my arena because it was so wet. She was going to mess up my ground. But now I'm going to have to like redo my arena with the tractor because she has walked back and forth. And now she's walking back and forth and braying. And so she started that. They said it was totally normal. I texted them the day after she got here. I was like, hey, she's still walking. They're like, you go in Texas in a week and tell us that. These people are super Oklahoma and I love it. So she's still walking. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give her a friend. So I put Maverick out with her. Because Maverick is like a no BS kind of horse. Like you can't mess with him and he's not afraid of anything. He's the senior 15-year-old quarter horse something. And he's just super tough. And he hates the mule. I hate you. You stay over there. And so now she was good. And now she's back to walking the fence, even though she's got a friend in with her. Well, an unfriendly friend. I just have never seen this kind of behavior that wasn't on I had a squirrely mare that came in for training, Arab mare who did that. But other than that, like this this mule hasn't stopped moving. I'm like, how is she not like underweight? She walks so much. And I mean, she's in the arena and has access to a grass paddock and a shelter and another horse in with her. And I keep trying to do different things. And I'm just constantly hay in front of her, and she'll take a bite and just keep walking. And take a bite and keep walking. Walk back and walk forward. Take a bite. Walk back. Walk forward. I mean, it's insane, Glenn. It's a little crazy. So I just want to know if any other mule owners have had this experience and what to do about it. I've even put poles out. So I'm like, if you're going to walk, you're going to walk over the poles. And like, I'm trying to make a little obstacle course, and nothing's working.
You need to give her some of that Poseidon calming paste they sent you.
No kidding. Well, that's just a gut like helper, and that's not a calming paste at all. So maybe once I can get her able to accept the saddle, I'll put the Theratree on her and see if that helps. Because Lord, I don't know what to do. I feel bad for her crazy little brain just pacing back and forth like that. And they were like, she does it. That's what she does. Every mule does it. And I was like, So we went on a mule page, and apparently about half the mules do this. According to this Facebook page of Mules Where We Ask Questions. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I'm messed up with.
We need to get a mule trainer on.
I apparently am a mule trainer. But she's so interesting that they wanted her to go to a Monty person. I guess she was really abused when they got her. Of course, they got her from a kill pen, and she had like plier marks in her ears when they got her. And you can't touch her face, her lip from being twitched, I guess. And you can't touch her ears. So we're working on that. And we worked after about an hour and a half, we were able to get a surcingle on her. And I mean, an hour and a half, not exhausting work, just like, I'm going to approach and retreat, and I'm going to touch you, and I'm going to go away, and I'm going to touch you a little further, and then I'm going to go away. It was almost like dealing with the little wild horse. So sometimes these guys come around real quick. So I'm pretty excited to see what happens. Sometimes they don't. So we'll see. I've got 30 days.
Well, before we get to our guest for the day, you said that you had something to talk about with WERM flooring.
Oh my gosh. This is so crazy. Okay. So my barn aisle is concrete, right? But over the years, the brushed concrete, I'm going to caution anybody getting concrete to really overdo it, because through the years, I mean, it's only been like 5 years, it has completely worn down smooth.
The little lines wear down. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the horses walk in and they slip, and I can't take it. And
it's very dangerous.
And it's super dangerous. Taco slipped after a bath, and I tried to catch him like an idiot.
Yeah, that's not
I hurt my neck. So I decided to do something.
I mean, Jennifer has a horseshoe-shaped scar on the top of her head that had 14 staples, and that's exactly what happened. The horse slipped on the concrete. She went down between the legs. Horse tried to get up, kicked her in the head, broke her sternum in her chest.
Oh, well, I'm doing something about it, Glenn, because as some of y'all know, I had a hailstorm and got a lot of insurance money. So what are we going to do? Am I saving it? No, because we're marching towards
fixing the roof or fixing the floor.
I'm doing something. I'm not fixing the roof. I am going to get WERM flooring in my barn aisle. I'm so excited. They're going to call me with the schedule. So I called and I paid the half now. And then they're going to call me and schedule it. And I was like, cool, when do you think that will be? And he was like, well, she's like, he's down in Texas right now, and they're finishing the rhinoceros house. And I'm like, do what? What'd you say? Apparently, WERM floors have word got out in the exotic animal community. And now they WERM flooring exotic animal homes, because I was like, is the WERM floor gonna last with all the traffic that I have? And then later on she tells me they're doing a rhinoceros house, and I was like, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
I think I'm okay. So apparently they just finished. They're doing the rhinoceros facility right now. It's like a rhinoceros rescue in Texas. Who knew? Before that, they had to finish the giraffe house flooring. So they've gotten, like, word got out into the exotic animal community, and WERM flooring is now like doing all of these different wild animal facilities for flooring. And I'm so excited that they're going to do my floor. Just a plain old barn.
Wild animals. So that's appropriate.
Exactly. Well, I'm just excited that sometimes the horses like Friday the other day got out and trotted through the barn aisle, and I was like, "Oh God, please don't slip!" You know, like it's terrifying. So I didn't want to do rubber mats on my floor. Like it's just more work than I want to be involved in. So we're gonna do the WERM flooring, and again,
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. They're like, would you like to add color? I was like, I think I'm spending enough. Like, we'll just go with black. But we're going to have Jared from WERM Flooring on to talk about kind of what they're doing. I know they've done.
I know he said they've done zoos, zoo enclosures for various animals over the years. Yeah, they did
the giraffe place at the Oklahoma City Zoo, but now they're traveling and doing like rhinoceros floors. Like that's crazy. I had no idea. So anyway, WERM Flooring is coming out to do my barn owl. That's how much a believer I am. And so if you are interested in
she's
learning
paying for that one, she isn't getting it for free.
Oh yeah, no, there's nothing free. That's not how that works. Just because I get something, I still have a company that does the advertisement. So there's no deal here. It's just what I really like. So if you want to get some more information about it, wormflooring.com, WERM flooring.com stands for We Eliminate Rubber Mats, which is my goal. Well, we love to do holiday recipes, and we're going to bring on Claire Runolfson. She's in Safford, Arizona, and Claire is very special to me because she is the one who has done some beautiful drawings of Cinco and Pharaoh for me. And I was telling Glenn, I'm like, it's like my office is haunted with all your drawings. It's beautiful and sad at the same time, but they're so fantastic. And Claire, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks. I'm so glad to be here.
She has shown me all your drawings that you've sent to her. So, I don't think you guys realize how much that means to us when we get stuff like that that's unexpected. Yeah. It really means a lot. So thank you for doing that, Claire.
On Lucas's nightstand, one of our listeners, Mary, did a drawing of Tank, and he has that on his nightstand. Like y'all mean so much to us, and like these pictures are on my desk, and they will be forever, Claire. And it's such a kind thing. One of these days, I'm going to get you to draw one of my horses that's still alive.
Yes. My husband has made remarks. He's like, "So you're drawing somebody else's dead horse?" Yes, yeah. I am. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's real sweet. And much appreciated. I think I said it on the air, but when I saw the package come in, I was like, I'm not opening that. I saw the name, and so I handed it to Anna. And I was like, go ahead and open this. Woo, that was a cruel prank I played on her because she opened it up and started bawling. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so give me. So
never mind.
I know, but that's because it's so frighteningly accurate. So anyway, much appreciated, very thoughtful, and they're in frames right here on my desk, and I appreciate it.
Oh, good.
Well, Claire, let's get off of drawing dead horses and get on to your recipe for, and it has to be one of the easiest recipes we've ever done. I mean, it really is. So tell us what you're talking about today.
Yes. So it is a recipe from my grandfather on my mother's side. It's super easy. I call it like a pineapple glazed ham. It's great for like the leftover holiday ham stuff. You just have sliced ham and some canned pineapple and brown sugar. You put it together and you bake it until it's hot.
Well, that is about the easiest recipe ever. You just, throw it in a pan, put the brown sugar, canned pineapple over it, and it probably absorbs all of that and is really good.
It does. Yeah, it's super easy and it's really flexible. My grandfather, I always called him Papa, he loved to put lots of sugar so that the juice from the pineapple would kind of turn into like this syrupy stuff in the oven. My husband prefers less sugar, so I usually just do like a little bit of a sprinkling just to add some flavor. There's no measurements because I never ever measure. It's just literally just put it in, and if you want it hotter sooner, turn the oven up hotter type thing.
Wow, this is great. All right, I'll post that in the show notes. And I've done a similar thing. we try to limit sugar. So what I used was agave. And I just poured agave over the ham and then put the canned pineapple on top.
You're so bougie.
Well,
look at you.
We're allowed to have agave. I'm not allowed to have sugar. So agave works, and it did the same thing. It kind of caramelized. So there's an alternative for anybody that doesn't want a lot of sugar. But then again, there really isn't anything better than brown sugar, to be honest, on anything.
Yep.
All right. Now,
one thing that's good is if you have kids, I like to use pineapple rings because then I can say, okay, kids, everybody gets 2 rings. Stop complaining about who gets more pineapple.
They weigh the same.
Oh, fresh pineapple on the grill is one of my favorite things ever. Oh,
Ooh.
I love grilled
Yes.
pineapple.
Yes.
Well, that didn't take long enough, and we want to keep you around longer, so we haven't done this in a long time. We have these quick hits, which are quick questions that you can give quick answers to. Do you want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. First question, favorite breed of horse?
Frisian tied with Gypsy Vanner.
Well, they're two of the
She likes
hairiest
hair.
ones. All hair all the time.
Lots and lots of hair everywhere.
You must like every movie ever made because that's all there is Frisians. So you must love that.
Yeah, but there are sometimes it still bothers me. It's like they don't belong there.
Good. I'm glad to hear a Frisian person say that, actually. Most dramatic fall?
Oh, well, I've only fallen off a horse once because I'm a beginner and have not had as much experience as most people. I was riding a horse named Sugar, and we were trying to trot bareback, and I just kind of went plop right off and into the sand, but I landed like superhero style, like one knee and stuff.
Oh, wow.
That was
Like
really
Black
my only
Widow,
fall.
Black Widow
when she
style.
jumps off
Yeah.
the ledge. Yeah. Now, let me just interrupt you real quick. When you say you've only had one fall, girl, you knock on some wood.
I did.
real
I
quick.
did for her.
I
as soon as she
know,
said
I
that.
know. Yeah, but I say it's only because of the amount of experience I've had. I know that they will come.
So have
Knock
you
on
owned
wood.
many horses?
I have not owned any.
Oh, so, okay.
Never owned any. I'm a really big beginner. I've always loved horses, but had believed when everybody said, well, you didn't grow up with horses and you're not rich, so too bad for you. It's just so, but I had some lessons as a college course way back, and my wonderful husband bought me some lessons. And it was the beginning of last year when I suddenly had the lightning moment of, no, my life is incomplete without horses. What in the world am I doing?
Good for
And
you.
since then, I've been trying to find people who own barns to shovel poop and do whatever I can to get a lesson in here and there.
Good for you. Well done. I love hearing that story. And I bet, Jamie, there's more of our listeners that have her story than we would imagine. That are coming back, or coming back into it or getting into it for the first time, not as a teenager, but a little bit later in life. Okay, so if you could ride any horse in the world, what would it be? You can be a breed, a specific horse.
Oh, right now, I would want to ride my favorite horse from the barn back in Washington that I missed because right now I'm in Arizona. He was a Gypsy Vanner, and his name was Jameson, and he was hilarious, and I loved his mustache, and I really miss him because he was just the sweetest, funniest goofball in the whole barn.
And the horse chore you hate the most?
I don't think I hate any of them just
No.
because I'm so new, and any bit of time I have with them, it's like, yay, I'm finally doing something with horses.
We'll give you time on that one. There'll be something. There'll be something pop up.
There'll be something
Yeah.
eventually, yeah.
So who cooks? You or your husband?
Mostly me, but we both do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And who cleans the house?
Mostly him, but I do too.
Dude, it's like Chad. He's like, he cleans it because he can't take it anymore.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
You haven't done laundry in a minute. You're out of underwear. You should do laundry. Like, that's just how it works.
I swear if I didn't do the dishes, though, there would be we wouldn't have any dishes. We didn't have any clean dishes. There'd just be dishes piled everywhere. And with the new kitchen, there's a much more counter space. And I noticed that the dirty dishes are spreading out now.
No, I don't do that. But I did. Chad was matching socks over the weekend, and he was like, the socks. And I was like, let me just tell you something. If it was just me by myself, I would just throw them away and buy new ones. I'd go to Ross and I'd get like a 12 pack for $4, and I would just wear that until I couldn't find them, and I just threw them away.
Dress socks are the worst too, because they're all just a little bit of a shade off of each other, and you could never figure out. When I was wearing suits all the time, the dress socks were the worst. Well,
girls don't use dress socks, but us horse girls use boot socks. And one of the most amazing things has been at Walmart, they have these tall, like, socks that really go well under boots, and they come up with like I have an entire set of SpongeBob socks, an entire set of Guardians of the Galaxy socks, and they're just the coolest socks. However, I'm like, well, today's SpongeBob and Star-Lord. They never match. Come on.
Hey, they're inside the boots. Nobody sees them. Who cares?
I know. It's a little bit of me, Claire, right?
Well, Claire.
Yeah, you're just cool, because I've seen socks where they're not matching, but matching on purpose. So you're just ahead of the times.
I was. Look at that. Thank you for making me feel normal.
Claire, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. And thank you for listening and for sending all of those many paintings over to Jamie. We really appreciate it.
Glenn, don't
She's
act like everything's dying every minute.
On another one right now.
Who, Claire?
I don't know.
Don't answer that. Glenn, you're a jerk.
Bye, Claire. We'll see you.
Thanks. Bye.
We have the most interesting listeners. We really do.
I think that's tough.
Confidently address your horse's unique weight needs and help optimize their overall well-being with research-proven Purina animal nutrition feeds designed by passionate equine nutritionists. Partner with Purina to nourish your horse to their optimal body condition. Explore weight management resources for your horse today at purinamills.com/feed-finder. That's purinamills.com/feed-finder. All right, we're going to play a little study show right now. Actually, I don't think we ever did October, so I still have October sitting here, so we'll do that. This one's going to be a little different, Jamie. I will have you guess some of them, but some of them are kind of tough. So
those are the ones I shine at, Glenn.
So the first one is, I have a question for you. So, By the way, what study show is, I just put study show in Google, look at the last month, and see what we've all wasted our money studying that we already know the answer to. And
not we, they.
They, yes. We're not spending millions of dollars studying things we already know the answer to. We wish they would just give us the millions of dollars and we could do something better with it. But the first one I found, and I wanted to ask you a question, what are the two things we always hear you have to do to lose weight?
Diet and exercise.
3 new studies show weight loss isn't all about diet and exercise.
Well, what's it about?
I don't know. I don't read the studies, Jamie.
Read that kind of study? We need to know.
But isn't that funny? That's what we've had 1,000 studies that say, oh, you just have to diet and exercise. And now there's 3 brand new ones that say, yeah, it's not all about that.
Huh. Interesting.
Now, speaking of diets, new studies show that diets blank liver damage.
Oh, cause liver damage.
Incorrect. The new studies show that diet and exercise reverses liver damage.
You didn't say exercise. You said dieting. And I was just thinking about my mom and all the crash diets that she would do. Like, this week is only cottage cheese. And then next week it's like, now we're dairy free. And then the next week was there was always something. There was always some sort of diet. So I think that, there's a comedian who makes fun of the fact that she and her mama grew up on Dexatrim, which was a diet pill. And I'm pretty sure I took that too when I was in high school. So
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones that turned out nasty, wasn't it? It turned out bad for you.
You can't buy that. It's terrible.
So, the one diet that I just can never see myself doing is the fasting diet. So many people do it, but there's no way in hell I could ever do it. I've
tried it once, but the problem is you have to stop eating and drinking anything. I think you can have water like after 8 p.m. And I'm like, I like to sit down and have a glass of wine at 9.
Yeah.
So I get to sleep.
And then, go half the day without. I just can't do it. So this studies show eating less can lead to
depression.
I agree with that. Eating less can lead to a longer life. A massive study on mice shows why. So this massive mice study says that they can live longer if they eat less. I wonder why mice, they always use mice because they say they're so close to human metabolism, which, by the way, bothers me a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, right? Why are they picking mice? I mean, why are we doing any of this crap anyway? It's enough.
Studies show that the rising costs in housing, this is such a dull one, I can't believe it. Studies show that the rising cost in housing contributes to...
homelessness?
Yes.
That's a study?
Studies show rising costs in housing contributing to homelessness. How else do you become homeless other than you can't afford to pay for a house or apartment?
These are so stupid that I'm going to start guessing fun things.
I know. That's just studies show. I can't even have you guess this one because it's too convoluted. But studies show that women laugh at men they're attracted to, and men are attracted to women who laugh at them.
I was going to say, and men are attracted to boobs.
Isn't that interesting, though? We're attracted to women who laugh at us.
Everybody wants to feel like they're funny. I mean, not everybody maybe, but I definitely want to feel like I'm funny. But I also like to be with somebody who's funny.
Yeah. And
it's true.
And this is saying that Chad loves when you laugh at him.
I'm going to laugh at him even more. I stifle it sometimes.
Another coffee study, because there's always a coffee study. Coffee reduces blank risk and boosts physical fitness in old age.
Constipation. It makes you poop.
That's a different study. But yes, that's probably a study we've read in the past. Coffee reduces dementia risk and boosts physical fitness in old age, which totally goes against the 1,000 other studies that said coffee's going to kill you and you'll die early.
Yeah.
So coffee is the most controversial topic we've had in all the years of doing studies show. It's either going to kill you or make you live longer. It's one of the two. Do you take your phone to the toilet?
I'm not going to answer that until you get, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm not answering that. Of course I take my phone to the toilet. That's why I play my daily Wordle.
Studies show that smartphones harbor significantly more bacteria than toilet seats.
Why? Well, I mean, your hands are on them all the time. You touch it. You know what? I'm going to disinfect my phone today because that is so true.
That's another question I have for you. And I was thinking about it after I read this. How often do you actually disinfect, Lysol wipe your phone?
Not enough. Not enough.
I think it's once every 3 days.
You know what? We got this new mattress, Glenn. You'd be so proud of me. We have fresh. Yeah, it came in and I slept like 8 hours in a row and it has new sheets.
You slept 8 hours in a row?
I did.
Wow, this mattress is nice.
And I woke up not sore, so that's good. But my point is, I put new sheets on it, but it takes getting a new mattress to put new sheets on my bed. So don't ask me how often I disinfect my cell phone. Good Lord.
I want to know, auditors, let us know how often you clean your phones. I'd love to know that. I bet you
put a black light on that thing. Oh, I don't even want to know.
From this study, I think we should be doing it twice a day. I really do. Study finds that 70% of Americans are blank stressed during election season.
Inappropriately stressed.
Correct. Studies found that 70% of Americans are significantly more stressed during election season. Did somebody have to do that study? And it's not 70%. It's 100%. God.
I didn't get stressed because there's nothing I can do to control it. So it's one of those things like we're marching towards death and you just have to do what you're going to do. And I don't watch news. I have like a newsletter, 1440 I get every day that keeps me up to date on what's going on in the world. And like, I don't watch your news channels and all that nonsense because it just causes stress and I don't need any more stress. But back to the poop study on your phone. Yes. Did you know that they have tested and swabbed the bottom of women's purses and there's a fecal matter on like at the bottom of everybody's purse. So keep that in mind when you sit. Don't set your purse down on the floor in the bathroom and then put it on your kitchen table when you get home. Just there you go.
I often
Just
thought about that because purses go everywhere.
they go everywhere. Also, keep in mind, ATM pads are the grossest. Okay, go ahead.
Studies show that eating blank boosts memory, focus, and reflexes.
Eating grapes.
Well, you're almost there. Studies show that eating fruit boosts memory, focus, and reflexes. You're almost there.
I told you it was wine because it's fruit. You guys, it's good for you. Do it.
And
No, just kidding.
I did read this study because I wanted to see which fruit, because it's always usually something exotic, right? But this one said bananas and blueberries can lower blood pressure, speed up
They've
reaction
done
times.
that a billion times.
Blueberries are the ones that come up in studies all the time. And again, and you're supposed to eat like a cup a day. By the way, if you eat a cup of blueberries a day, that's about $50 a week.
And I don't like them.
You don't like
I'll eat a
blueberries?
banana. No,
Really? I
no.
thought you would have been one of those people just popping blueberries like candy.
Oh, I wish I was.
You know what I
can't-
like
don't-
better is
I don't like
ras-
fruit.
You don't like fruit?
I'm not a fruit person.
Well, you're not. You're going to have terrible memory and focus and reflexes when you're old.
I know. It's already happening. I'm 47. It's already there.
I love red raspberries, but I can't just bring myself to pay $10 for 10 of them at the store. It's like,
No. I will put raspberries in a vodka soda.
Do you
To
eat
do that.
oranges?
I'll drink orange juice.
But you
But
don't
I'm
eat
not going to like eat an orange. I don't live in Florida, Glenn. I live in Oklahoma, for God's sake.
They have
Like
oranges
I'll
everywhere.
eat
Strawberries.
I love strawberries, but the seeds get in my teeth and they drive me
Oh my God.
crazy.
Oh my
So
God.
what I like acai bowls. I'll do that. But no, I like mangoes, but like they're too hard to cut.
Pineapple.
They're okay, but like they're really hard to do. I got one of those cores, you cut the top of it, you core down in there, but my shoulder can't do it
Worst
anymore, so I
vegetarian
can't
ever.
have it. I literally eat tomatoes, cheese, and bread, Glenn. That is
You are the
what
worst
my diet
vegetarian
consists
ever.
of.
Most vegetarians I know eat tons of fruit.
I don't like fruit. It's too like gets in your, I don't know, it's like,
If
I
I
like
had to pick,
apples.
if
Give me
I-
Fuji apple.
if
There
I
you
had
go.
to pick one thing that I could be, like a vegetarian or vegan, or what is it, fruitarian? Is that what they call it?
Oh God.
I could be
yeah.
a fruitarian. That I could do. Before
No, they don't eat fruit because it's, unless it's already dead, which just means it fell on the ground. You can't eat fruit.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Off the tree?
fruitarian, they won't eat it off the tree because you're killing it. That you can only eat it,
It
after
doesn't
it's hit
kill
the ground.
Tree.
I'm not making the rules, Glenn. I'm just telling you what they are. Well, let's hear from our sponsor before my crazy continues to shine. Your horse's health deserves the highest standard of quality. That's why Nutramax, the makers of Cosequin, maintains their own world-class manufacturing facilities in the United States, where they far exceed what is required of supplement companies. Nutramax works with top universities and researchers in their field to make sure your horse has nothing but the highest quality supplements. With the mission of improving the lives of people and their horses, each product is backed by more than 80 quality checks and guaranteed to meet label claims, so you can purchase with confidence. With over 30 years behind the Cosequin name, you can rely on Cosequin products for when performance matters. Visit Cosequin.com to learn more.
It's time for the weekly look at your equestrian first world problems. This ought to be good.
Yes, that's right. It's a time of the week where our auditors share in their emotional, sad, dramatic tales. And what I do is on Sunday, I put a post on the Horses in the Morning Auditors Facebook group and ask you to fill in the blank here and let me know what's going on. And y'all do. So let's get started. Oh, wait, before I get to that, Glenn, if you want to become an auditor, how do they do it?
Just go to horseradionetwork.com, scroll down in the middle of the page, you'll see an auditor banner, and for as little as $3 a month, you too can join.
Well, Carrie said, I guess Equine Affair was this past weekend. Lots of Equine Affair related posts. I had such a blast at Equine Affair, but I forgot to measure my new horse before I left. So I couldn't buy him new blankets like I wanted to. They were so cute.
That was a dumb mistake.
I'd be like, Chad, here's what I need you to do. Go out to the barn.
Get a tape measure.
Holly says, I put on my big girl panties and I hauled my sister's horse to her, which is 7 hours away. But I didn't think to shop for horses around where she lives. So I had to haul an empty trailer home. And now I have 3 outside stalls and 3 inside stalls and only 2 horses on my property.
Oh,
Holly, you just message me. I'll fix you up. I'll get you going. Shelly says, I bought way too much at Equine Affair, but there were deals all over the place. So it was all free. Thank you. Y'all are finally getting it. Allison says, she has a gray horse and she's got a picture of this gray horse. And it's with all the rain this week, by the way, we had 9 inches. My horse has turned into a walking mud sculpture. When I give him his daily kiss and hug, it's like getting a full body mud mask for free. Only problem is Oklahoma red clay dirt is not the type of spa treatment you want, nor do you want it on anything else because it gets all over everything. I had to put rain sheets on everybody, but I don't have one for Miles, my Andalusian, because he's so fat. He doesn't really get cold. So I didn't put it on him. And we brought Ace and Miles up yesterday to ride. Or Saturday to ride, and I whipped the blanket off of Ace, and he's still his beautiful dapple gray. And Anna brought out Miles. She's like, womp, womp. He was disgusting. I was like, I want to go ahead and get on. You keep grooming, okay? Sorry.
So did you have any of the snow, or did you just get all rain?
Oh, just rain. Yeah. Just rain. And it's been warm. It's been nice. It's getting down into the mid 40s at night, but it's high of 75. It's finally fall in November, which is crazy.
I saw Colorado and New Mexico. Some places had 2 to 3 feet.
And we got the rain portion of that. It was insane. Jenna says, I spoiled myself and bought a new oilskin jacket. Bonus, it was on sale, so it's like it was free.
There seems to be a theme after Equine Affair.
Yeah, but none of my coworkers at my office job were nearly excited enough when I brought it in. Now, let me tell you why, Jenna. Because you've gone nose blind to the oilskin. They have a smell. You might have brought it into a cubicle with people in their little dresses and high heels, and you walked in with an oilskin jacket, and they could smell you coming, just so you know.
We got them as gifts when we lived in Pennsylvania, the big long ones. Jennifer and I each got one as gifts. And one day I came in, and I just hung it up in the closet and didn't realize it was right beside my favorite expensive outdoor jacket. And sure enough, you know what happened? Oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that oil you cannot put it beside anything that you don't want to get trashed.
But it looks really cool. And Jenna, I think it's awesome. Congratulations. It was free. Stephanie said, my daughter made the traveling volleyball team that she was praying she'd make. Yay! But that means I'm going to be spending weekends taking her to volleyball tournaments instead of riding my horse. Yep. Dude, I get it. Lucas is playing baseball, and I was like, how wreck can we make this league? I don't want to go to tournaments. I don't want to travel to anything. He can just one practice a week, one game a week. And of course, it escalates always. Can't stop him. Ariel says, I'm enjoying my new job and riding client horses all day, but now I'm ready to have my own horse again. Yeah. It's one of those things, Glenn, where people go, what do you do for work? Oh, I train horses. What do you do for fun? I train horses. I'm sorry. When I'm done with work, I then do more work. That's what we do. It's so fun. Megan says, I'm pretty sure I have a new gray hair. This one is your fault, Glenn. I'm pretty sure I have new gray hairs from stressing about my entry for Radiothon. I can't sing, and I'm not a poet, and there's only 4 more days. Good.
I'm glad she's stressing. We still need entries, by the way. So yeah, 4 more days.
Now, this is Kaylin. I love this because Kaylin is the one who is the new owner of Taco Tuesday. And she says, my son has taken an active interest in riding recently. Yay! But now I have to plan on double the cost for horses. Thank God Taco is a superstar. Her little boy, tiny little boy, has been riding Taco. Oh my God, so cute.
I saw that picture. It was adorable.
I can't believe that's that same pony that I got. That is insane. He likes those children way more than he liked me. But I will tell you, from his experience of having a boy who was interested in riding at the age of 3, it went away. It left. Like, bye. Like, he'll come down to the barn. He's like, is this Ace or Miles? I'm like, come on, dude. Come on. They've been here years.
Is there barking on your end?
No.
Oh, it's on my end. It's the neighbor's dog. I was like, I can't figure out what's barking.
I don't hear it. It's in your head.
Oh, geez, I'm losing it here.
You've now gone crazy.
I need more blueberries.
Get some coffee, blueberries, and bananas. You'll be good. Laura said this one is actually about her dog. Okay, we have two more. I was playing with my dog, and I threw his favorite toy, a horse ball, but somehow I managed to nail the overhead sprinklers and snap it off.
Oh, no.
And I couldn't water my indoor arena, and it was so dusty.
I thought she was going to say it set it off. That's what I thought she was going to say.
No, poor little thing. Her indoor arena was like dusty. How are you going to fix that? That must take well, first of all, that's hilarious that you did that. Second of all, that's going to be a pain. But you have an indoor, so I don't feel sorry for you. And then finally, Jessica. Hers is very sad, Glenn. So prepare yourself.
Ready.
My Fitbit screen died. And now I actually have to pull my phone out of my pocket to see who is texting or calling. Ah!
Not only that, we just learned that your phone has deadly bacteria all over it. You better get your Fitbit fixed.
Oh, God. Could you imagine how gross the top of your Fitbit is? All of you who use hand sanitizers, go ahead and do the top of your Fitbit there.
I didn't even think about smartwatches. They're probably gross, too.
Next week, there's going to be a study about how, alcohol kills your iPhone.
But then again, let's think about it. We are people. I thought about this yesterday as I went out to clean the paddocks yesterday. I'm finally released from all restrictions. So I went out and cleaned the paddocks yesterday, and I picked up the manure fork, my Flex and Fork from Equity, and I thought to myself, Lord knows what's on this handle that has not been cleaned in the 14 years we've owned this fork. I have never scrubbed the handle of a
I am going to freaking Lysol wipe everything today. We have a banister that comes from the top to the back, like a handrail, and I'm a little psycho about that. That's the only thing that I'm psycho about.
Your Flex and Fork handle has not been cleaned in 14 years.
But yet I'll take that phone and push it up to my cheek and talk.
Well, not
like
only that,
an animal.
You will answer your phone while holding your Flex and Fork.
Oh man, there's some nasty. And you know what's terrible? What's even worse, Glenn? Here's your sign. Do you know that I can't plug my phone into charge again? So I had to buy one of those charging pads because
you broke the little thing again.
No, it is so gross in there. I can't. I can plug something in, but it doesn't charge. I push, and nothing happens. I would jiggle. I've taken screwdrivers and went in there, and then I've been told that horse girls just, routinely have to take it to the fix-a-phone place and get it cleaned out.
Oh my God,
I'm embarrassed to do that. It's gonna be so gross in there. So I just bought charging. I bought one for the barn and one for the house, and I just lay my phone on it at night. It charges so slow, but I don't care. It at least charges because it was going to die.
Really slow. I don't have one. They must charge slow. I would think.
It charges pretty slow, but it's fine. I don't care. It at least charges.
You don't have to get embarrassed by bringing your poop-laden phone into the fix-it place.
I'm blowing in it. I took the little mini screwdriver and...
It's probably not poop. It's probably hay, you would think. Or not.
Why? Okay. Well, sure. I mean, it's probably an amalgamation of all of those things. But I'm going to disinfect it in a second. So
I'm going to go out and pressure wash the handles of my manure forks today because that just grossed me out. Talking about
a simple Lysol wipe. Just don't put the handle in your mouth, okay? You'll be fine.
I want to know, has anybody ever cleaned the handle of their manure fork? We'll know who the real OCD people are because we'll hear from them.
No, nobody's done that. But on my window is a Veterans Day flyover. I wonder where they're going.
Oh, really? Yeah?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Very cool. Hey, we had flyovers after the last hurricane because they flew all the jets out of the Tampa Air Force Base. And when they were on their way back, they flew over our house. There must have been 100 of them flew over.
Ooh, that's cool.
That was pretty cool. And they were pretty low. I was like, wow, I didn't even know they're allowed to be that low. But yeah, it was really cool. All right, we're going to do a quick post show. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. We have the American Horse Council. And then, tomorrow we have Endurance. I'm losing track of weeks. They're going by so fast. Tomorrow we have Endurance with Karen. And then later in the week we have the Reining. And Jamie and I will be here Wednesday and Friday.
All right, everybody.